we feel nostalgia for a past that isn't ours. A past increasingly hidden as time goes by. What happened? How did it feel? A curious voice whispers inside me while I let the morning sun in, exposing fragments of previous lives in my mother's home. On every visit, I am surrounded by souvenirs, abandoned dreams, and old pictures. I find it impossible not to look back, sometimes with curiosity, and often just to quickly look away. I was born close to an airport and near the sea. I soon idealized traveling. As a kid, I dreamt about traveling far away to unknown and exciting destinations. I never imagined I would end up traveling to so many places, sometimes nearly by accident. Dreams can indeed come true. Among them, Japan holds some of my fondest memories. Growing up, I always longed to travel to Japan one day, even though all I knew about Japanese culture then was mainly from watching anime and reading manga. I've now been to Japan more times than I'm willing to admit, from Sapporo to Nagasaki, from snow to cherry blossoms, from quiet and peaceful to organized chaos and crowded streets. I've admired its nature, unique buildings and temples, seemingly unremarkable streets with those gables on top, residential neighborhoods, and everyday life. But Japan during the Sail Osaka 97 will always remain the first and best. Even if I no longer have photographic evidence of my journey. As someone who has moved so many times, those pictures with the negatives disappeared with many other items at some point. Maybe a flood, perhaps I left them behind during a move, or maybe I trusted others too much. I've lost many things over the years, yet losing those pictures hit harder. Somehow, I returned to my mother's home, looking for those Japan 97 pictures every 2-3 years, thinking that I had yet to search somewhere or still needed to look at every nook and cranny in this house. But they're gone for good, and I need to finally admit it. Japan 1997 only exists in my head. As time goes on, memories start to disappear. Then, nostalgia starts unwinding, populating every part of my mind dedicated to this extraordinary journey, embellishing everything and rebuilding it flawlessly. Sometimes, I wonder whether what I remember is real or how much I've forgotten. Not having evidence, not being able to see ourselves in those places transforms how we remember the past. Ironically, I've never been the subject of so many pictures taken. Like the main character of the movie Perfect Days, hundreds of prints with my face could now be stored in multiple Japanese homes, forgotten deep in their cupboards. Curious strangers who just wanted to take pictures with us while I welcomed visitors to the ship. I've never held so many babies in my life. I even earned the mock title of Mr. Photogenic 97 from my colleagues. But that was long ago, and most may also be gone. How would I describe it? How would I reconstruct those photographs inside my head? That voice again. Sometimes it feels hard to believe. I recall the night before, anchored a few miles from the shore, admiring the distant Osaka city lights and unable to contain my excitement. That night was warm, and the calm sea was illuminated by bioluminescent plankton. We had yet to reach Japan, and it already felt like being inside Totoro's magic forest. At dawn, I saw the most beautiful big red sun I've ever seen, rising from the horizon as if the Japanese flag was welcoming us to the country. We would enter Osaka in the morning, surrounded by crowds and accompanied by many other tall ships, boats, helicopters. We didn't know what to expect or what we were about to experience. People gathered at the Temposan Pier in Osaka to welcome the Sail Osaka 97. I can still hear a multitude cheering us up when we arrived. After a month sailing in the Pacific Ocean, surrounded by the sound of the sea and our own company, we all felt like stars in disarray due to the contrast. I had never been so far from home, yet felt so welcome. After a week, Japan became the most faraway home away from home. I didn't speak Japanese and I hardly spoke English yet. Still, it only takes curious individuals to escape the routine and welcome someone from a different culture and background to learn more from each other. This is also a tribute to those volunteers who organized the event and looked after us. Thank you. It made all the difference. Japan felt ahead in so many aspects. I would spend hours admiring the technology. It felt like we had traveled years into the future. From the experience of a high-tech toilet that I couldn't figure out how to operate, to seeing tiny mobile phones in the stores. I remember walking through endless arcades among neon lights and crowds. Occasionally, I also felt we had traveled in time to the past, in isolated areas in the middle of nature, experiencing that striking contrast with their tradition, living in harmony among integrated circuits and skyscrapers. I bought my first Japanese CD from a small shop in Kyoto. The lady recommended Bolero from Mr. Chiro, which initiated my love for Japanese music. On every journey since then, I've also enjoyed listening to musicians on the streets of Japan. During the event, a colleague lost a backpack in a shopping mall near Temposan Pier, where thousands visit daily. A local picked up the bag, opened it and saw a camera. He took it to a store and developed a film. He then went around the ships until he recognized the uniforms and handed in the bag with the developed pictures. Thank you, stranger. Japan felt like a society of independent individuals, yet all part of the same community. That could be why, for instance, I noticed kids walking seemingly by themselves to schools as if everyone else was looking after them. Exposed to the light, those fading images and sounds shine and resonate again in the soul. Japan 1997 also tells a story about a time long gone, the beginning of the end for journeys of discovery, a world that was starting to change but still felt like it had yet to be researched and reviewed by everyone, a world that felt still surprising, a world less connected yet with deeper connections. There was something magical about traveling before researching everything, a tribute to those surprising and unexpected journeys. I always felt that Japan 97 changed my life forever. I could have been a history teacher and had a typical life. Upon reflection, it didn't change me. It awakened something inside me that was already there from my childhood dreams. Still, my decisions, career, and life after that journey were profoundly affected. I lost interest in things I used to enjoy or I was passionate about. But traveling wasn't something that could be done once. It was addictive, and I needed more of it. Traveling involves linking people, sometimes far away from each other, while sharing and finding something that unites them, something in common. And the more different we are from each other, the more extraordinary and satisfying it seems when we notice that common ground. Was I able to replicate that feeling? There's a part of me still yearning for the sleepless nights and walking unknown streets with the early morning lights, not knowing what the new day will bring. After all, traveling is about the experience, but as the world evolves, those often change. People now spend more time looking at screens than what's around them. We also adjust our worldview. We don't interpret things or feel the same way when we are children, teenagers, or adults. Nostalgia can also be addictive. You must always return for more, especially when reality doesn't present a perfect picture. For years, I had a problem replicating that feeling with similar travels instead of just seeking different experiences. But that doesn't mean there isn't always something else to live for. On the contrary, many more journeys and experiences came and went. I found other jobs that allowed me to travel and like-minded people who shared my passion for being in the moment. I always try to experience everything twice, through the viewfinder of my camera and through my own eyes. After the years, there was a third, looking at those pictures and souvenirs again, helping me keep the memories alive. But they're just photographs. What would happen if your Google Drive or iCloud account disappeared overnight? Beyond your temporary sense of loss and frustration, wouldn't that make no difference to how those journeys shaped who you are right now? I think about all the experiences that made me. Even if there's no physical evidence left, it's who I am now. Even if my brain may not remember it, somehow I do. As time passes, we also learn to let go. After all, such is the nature of life. Letting go occasionally hints that finding what we lost may be around the corner. It also allows us to make room for other experiences, people, and more things to look forward to, be grateful for, and love. That's why it's time to say farewell to Japan 1997. Not without first saying arigato. I don't know how many still remember the Sail Osaka 97, but I do. Thank you to those who made the following trips to Japan so much fun. Growing up, I never dreamt about taking pictures. I dreamt about traveling. I never looked back. I always looked up. It's time to make more memories.